Yo, what is going on guys, it's JD here and welcome to the final part of my Ruby Snipe filters. So, if you guys missed the first two parts, there will be links in the description down below. So we've already covered Ruby historic teams, and then filters for the point guard, shooting guard and small forward. Today we're going to be focusing on the power forwards and the centres because there's a lot out there with a lot of high value and some good filters to go with it. So, without further ado, let's get into the first filter of the day. So Ruby obviously, power forward, historic, and we are going to be going to the Northwest Division. And in here we are going to have Kevin Love, Sean Kemp and LaMarcus Aldridge. So a lot of these have some very good value. LaMarcus Aldridge there, as you can see, he is pretty expensive. There's only 2 up 4 bids. Sean Kemp, looking at about 50k for him. So if you set your buy now to about 25k, and even if you see a Kevin Love for 25k, that could be quite a good deal to be honest. So that's a nice little filter to get this video started. So sticking with the power forwards, we're going to go to the Atlantic Division. So in here, Herb Williams, Tom Heinsohn, God knows, Jerry Lucas, George McGinnis, Derek Coleman, and that's a lot. So, and Buck Williams as well. So a lot of players in this filter, and as you can see, they're all pretty expensive. You've got Buck Williams down at 20k, and I believe he is the only one that is kind of cheap. Tom sells for about 30k, well he sells for over 30k, so he's got a bid on him. But the rest of them are all very expensive as well. So by the looks of it guys, you want to put your filter at about 30k for this and just ignore any Buck Williams because he really doesn't have the value in him. But if you stick to 30k, there's a lot of players that could come up. You could get George, Jerry, Derek or Tom. So there's 4 separate players that could pop up in this filter that have very good value. So that's what I aim to get in this video guys. A lot of high value players in one filter at once. It doesn't happen easily, but if you spend the time you can find the right filters. So that's a nice one there for the power forwards. So that was a nice one there, and now we're going to be moving on to the centres. And to start off with, we're just going to go with the Eastern Conference. So in here we're going to have Herb Williams, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Roy Hibbert, Shaq, Rich Smits, and Bill Cartwright. Anybody else? I believe that's all. And Bill Lambier. Oh god, pronunciations, why? English is tough. Anyway, so in here, they're all sort of about 20k. The only exception here is Rick Smits is 30, I believe. And obviously Big Shaq Diesel, he's about 70k, I believe. And so is Z, Big Z, he's expensive as well. But anyway, you want to set your filter for about 20k. No one here is under 20k. A couple of them are sort of around the 25k mark. But if you set it at 20k, and if you see any of them, chances are you are going to be making profit no matter who it is. So there's a lot of players in this filter, which obviously more players, better chance of a snipe. So that's a good one for this one. And now let's get into some specific ones. So we're going to go to the Pacific Conference first. Where are we? There we are. And in here we've got Dwight Howard from the Lakers and Vlade Divac. So as you can see, these guys, big value in these two. Over 50k for the pair, so I'd say 45k, 40k for the filter. If you just came onto this straight away, you can skip down here, and then within these 3 you can see the latest refresh, and you can see there's none up for a snipe. So that's a nice one there, 2 players with very high value. And then let's move on to the Southwest Conference, and in here we are going to have Pau Gasol and Ralph Sampson. Ralph is obviously the big hitter out of the 2. He sells for about 60k. Pau Gasol, about 30k. Has he got a bid on him? He doesn't. So about 25k for Pau Gasol. But the same with the other ones. There's so few players here. You can just quickly flick onto it, see if anybody's there. If there is, pick them up for cheap. And then guys, we're going to move on to the last one of the day. It's going to be the Southeast for the centres. And in here, it's just going to be Shaq. Big Shaq just staring at you. I mean, he is one of the most expensive rubies out there still. I mean, when he came out, he was selling for 120k, I believe. And then now he's down to 76k because of that Amethyst Shaq. I believe he was still 100k before Amethyst Shaq came out, but his price has come down a bit. But even still, that is a nice one because he is one of the most valuable. So if someone puts him up for a snipe, you can easily see that in the Southeast. So there we have it guys, that is all for the Ruby Snipe filters. We've got 1 moments and 3 historic videos on these, so plenty covered. Probably over about 25 filters covering all of them. So I hope you guys have enjoyed all of these. We will be moving on to the Amethyst now, so drop a like on this video if you're excited for that. And yeah guys, as usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace!